You started. You were doing so well. Every day, a little English, a little practice, and then one day you skipped. Just one day. And then 2 days. And then a week went by. And suddenly you're back to zero, feeling guilty, feeling like you failed. But here's what nobody tells you. You didn't fail. You just didn't understand what consistency actually means. And today we're going to change that.
Hey, welcome back. It's so good to have you here with us today. I'm Henry, and genuinely, if you showed up today, especially on a day when maybe you didn't feel like it, that already tells me something good about you.
And I'm Julia, and this episode is personal for me, like more than most, because consistency in English learning is something I struggled with for years. And I thought I was just lazy. I thought something was wrong with me. But turns out, I just had the wrong idea about what consistency even is, and so did most of the people around me.
Welcome to Easy English Space, everyone. Today, we're talking about consistency. Not motivation, not talent, not the best apps or the best textbooks, just consistency. The real kind, the messy, imperfect, human kind. And I think by the end of this episode, you're going to see it very differently.
Okay, so Henry, let's just start with the honest question. Why do people stop? Like, why does almost every English learner start strong and then just fade out?
Well, I think there are a few real reasons, but the biggest one? Expectation. People expect to feel motivated every day. They think consistent learners are people who wake up every morning excited to study. And when they don't feel that excitement, they think, I guess today's not the day. And they wait. They wait for motivation to come back.
And it never comes back fast enough.
It never comes back fast enough. And so days turn into weeks, and weeks turn into months, and suddenly English feels like this thing you used to do.
Yeah, I remember that feeling so clearly. I'd go 2 or 3 weeks practicing every day, feeling great, and then one tired week would come along and I'd skip a few days, and then the shame would kick in. You know that feeling where you feel so guilty about stopping that starting again feels even harder?
Oh, the guilt spiral. Classic. You stop, you feel bad, the bad feeling makes it harder to start, so you stop more, and then you feel worse. It's a cycle.
The guilt spiral, that's exactly what it is. And honestly, I think that spiral stops more English learners than anything else. Not lack of talent, not difficulty, just guilt about inconsistency making it impossible to restart.
And this is where I want to challenge something that most people believe. Most people think consistency means doing something every single day, the same amount, without ever missing. But that's not consistency. That's perfection. And perfection is the enemy of progress.
Wait, say that again, Henry, because that's important.
Perfection is the enemy of progress. Real consistency isn't about never missing. It's about always coming back.
Always coming back. Okay, everyone, listening right now, I want you to say that with us. I always come back.
I always come back.
Say it again and mean it. I always come back.
That's the mindset. Not I never miss, but I always come back.
And here's why that matters in real life. If you believe consistency means perfection, then one missed day feels like the whole thing is ruined. You think, I broke the streak, so what's the point of even starting again? And you quit. But if you believe consistency means always returning, then a missed day is just a missed day. You come back tomorrow. No drama, no guilt spiral.
And here's something interesting. There's actually research on this. Behavioral scientists found that people who skip once and immediately return to a habit are almost as effective as people who never skip at all. But people who skip once and then quit because they feel like they failed, they lose everything.
So the skipping isn't the problem. The quitting after the skip is the problem.
Exactly. The skipping is human. The quitting is the habit you want to break.
Okay, I have to share a story here because this is too relevant not to. So a few years ago, I was trying to keep a daily English speaking practice going, and I was doing well, like genuinely well. About 6 weeks in, something happened in my personal life, something stressful, and I missed 3 days in a row. And I remember sitting there on day 4 thinking, it's been 3 days. I've ruined it. What's the point of even starting again? And I didn't start again for 2 months.
2 months. And here's the thing most advice misses. Consistency feels different on different days. On your best days, it feels exciting. You're in the zone, English is flowing, you feel like you're flying. On your average days, it feels normal, a little boring. Just something you do. And on your worst days, it feels pointless, like you're going backwards, like nothing is working.
And all 3 of those days are part of the process. All 3.
All 3. The people who make it to fluency aren't the ones who only practiced on the exciting days. They're the ones who practiced on the boring days too, on the what's even the point days.
Yeah. I think about this a lot, because when I finally got consistent, like really consistent, it wasn't because I became more motivated, it was because I stopped waiting to feel motivated. I just did it. 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever I had. And somewhere in those small, boring sessions, something shifted. Things started connecting. Sentences that felt hard started feeling easier. And I thought, oh, this is how it works. Not in the big, exciting moments, in the quiet, boring, small ones.
In the quiet ones. That's such a real thing. And it's not glamorous. Nobody posts about their boring Tuesday practice session, but that Tuesday session is doing the work.
Okay, quick practice moment. I want you to repeat this sentence with confidence. Ready? I practice English even on the hard days.
I practice English even on the hard days.
Say it again. Really commit to it.
I practice English even on the hard days.
Good. Hold that.
And here's something I want to say directly to anyone who stopped. Anyone who had a streak going and broke it. Anyone who hasn't practiced in weeks or months and feels like it's too late to start again. It's not too late. It's never too late. And you don't start from zero, you start from where you left off, with everything you already learned still inside you. Your English didn't leave. It's just been waiting, quietly.
I really needed to hear that once. I wish someone had said that to me years ago. Your English doesn't leave. It waits.
It waits.
Okay, so let's bring this home. What are the 3 things we want everyone to walk away with today?
1. Change your definition of consistency. It's not never missing, it's always coming back. 2. Make your minimum so small it almost feels silly. 2 minutes counts. 1 sentence counts. 3. Forgive yourself for the missed days and come back. That's it. That's the whole thing.
Simple. Not easy, but simple.
Simple but not easy. Which, by the way, is a great phrase to know. Try using it this week. Simple but not easy. Tell someone about something in your life that's simple but not easy.
Oh, that's good homework, actually. And speaking of homework, here's today's official, friendly, no-pressure assignment. Write in the comments about your own consistency story. How long have you been learning English? Did you stop and restart? What helped you come back, or what's making it hard to come back right now? No judgment, just honest reflection. We'll read every comment we can.
And if you've been with us for a while and you haven't subscribed yet, this is a gentle nudge. It really does help the channel, and it means we can keep making episodes like this for you.
We appreciate you more than we say. Really.
All right, one more question for the comments. What does your English practice look like right now? 1 sentence, just describe your current routine. Even if the routine is, I don't really have one yet. That answer is completely valid, and we'd love to hear it.
And next time is a good one. We're going to talk about the most productive ways to actually master English. Not just practice, but master. The specific habits, the specific mindsets, the specific things that separate people who plateau from people who keep growing. It's going to be practical, it's going to be honest, and I think you're really going to want to be there.
We'll see you then. Take care of yourselves, be kind to yourselves, and remember,
Always come back.
always come back.
Bye for now, Easy English Space. See you next time.